We've heard from all of our organizations that talent is certainly a pain point. It's the #1 issue they're facing day in and day out. Not only retaining their talent, but attracting new talent to increase their productivity, quality of work, and be able to expand on their businesses. As you know, the Greater Green Bay Chamber has always made economic development and workforce development a priority. We continue to listen to the needs of our organizations, and as you know, our mission statement even has a focus that we prioritize both talent and economic development. Listening to the needs in our community, we developed a brand new program that I'm so excited to share with you. It's called the Greater Green Bay Community Concierge Program. And it actually gives us an opportunity to tour your top candidates throughout our community and show just the great quality of life and the attributes that we have. So new people being introduced to the community can fall in love with the community like we already have.
As an organization, it's always very important to us to stay involved in the community. And it's a great program that we can use for family and those people that are moving into the Green Bay area from all parts of the country to give them some additional resources for them to use moving to the greater Green Bay area. All of the elements are wonderful. The two things that we're most excited about is the new hire integration and the Greater Green Bay Community Tour. Just because Green Bay as a whole community is much larger, so to be able to show people Green Bay, Bellevue, Howard Swamico, and those parts of the greater Green Bay area, I think is important for people when they're making decisions on moving to the area. New hire integration assistance is great as well because it helps people moving in here of what's available in the community, where our businesses, where our schools, where our churches, and things that we can help to provide them a more seamless transition to the area. I think it's something that many businesses can use because whether you have 50 people at your organization or you have 2,000 people at your organization, you're still getting people from potentially from all over the country. And I think people can look at Wisconsin or Green Bay as snow, cold, freezing cold, snow, and that's kind of what people think we are, and we're much more than that. We're a great community with 4 seasons, wonderful communities, churches, schools, parks, trails, things that people can do around the area. Way more than I think what people think about Green Bay.
Do you have the best job in the entire world?
Yes, absolutely. I have the best job. I am excited to work for the Greater Green Bay Chamber and to help our business partners attract and retain their top talent. Super exciting.
So I'm wondering how, because it's such a unique role and it's a new role, when you saw your family this weekend, people that you haven't seen for a while, like, how do you explain what you do on a day-to-day basis?
I tell them I'm the community concierge for Greater Green Bay, and I help candidates and new hires and their families discover Greater Green Bay and really jumpstart their engagement in the community. Sure. It's all about making connections and helping people very early on in the process fall in love with Greater Green Bay, and our hopes are that they'll end up staying for a long time. You know, it starts at the basic needs, where to go to grocery shopping, where do you get your hair done, local gyms. We really support the individuals on a basic need, and then it just continues to build as, you know, childcare, school activities, places of worship. So it's really an all-encompassing and holistic approach to community connections.
Sure, because when you land in a new community, it can be overwhelming, right? I mean, it's about feeling like you're comfortable there, and that's not something that just happens because you've moved. So have you had any experiences like that with people that you've worked with already, where you feel like you've provided that kind of soft landing and people have a great experience when they're here?
Yeah, we had the privilege and the honor to work with Yakov and Olivia Kovino from the Greater Green Bay Country Club. They are relocating to Green Bay from South Florida, and we gave them a customized tour with local introductions to businesses, helped them with school selection, and as a result, you know, the family, they feel much more familiar with the community so that they can truly dive in and experience all of the great things. Sure. And why it's a great place to live and work.
And that's a terrific example, because here you have 2 young professionals with young kids going from South Florida to Green Bay, Wisconsin, have never been here before. That's probably causes a lot of anxiety, and so you're able to eliminate some of that. You're able to provide a welcoming experience for them. I mean, from their perspective, and I know their feedback was just so positive, and it has to be rewarding for you to be able to provide that to a family.
Yeah, it's really fulfilling to be able to help the individuals and their families have a great start once they relocate to Greater Green Bay is the best feeling ever.
Yeah. So what are you, on the talent side, what are you hearing from businesses as you talk to companies about this program? What is some of the feedback that you're getting in terms of the value that this program would provide?
Yeah, the program has been very well received from our business partners, and there is a lot of value in the program from not only a business perspective, but an HR professional perspective, and also the individual and family, which we just spoke about. But from a business perspective, we provide a hiring advantage, which is critical right now in today's hiring market. So we really see that this is a huge value to our business partners. From an HR perspective, we can support our HR leaders by asking their candidates some of the more personal questions to make sure that not only the candidate has a clear snapshot of Greater Green Bay, but to also make sure that from an HR perspective that they're hiring the right person for the job.
And I mean, every business that I've talked to, and I think you're in the same situation, everybody is looking for more talent. I mean, the need for talented people to fill the roles that we have here. I mean, that's you're hearing the same thing, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's just in order for our economy to go where we want it to go, for our businesses to grow the way that they want to, we know that we need that talent. So,
right. I think from a program perspective, not only does it help the business needs of hiring and attracting top talent, but then also ultimately it affects our community and continues to move us forward in the right direction.
And we've talked a lot about attraction, but then there's that retention side of it, and the role that you play in not convincing somebody to move here. There's a lot of factors that go into that, but once they've decided to move, to make sure that they have a good experience. I mean, you're providing support for families long after they make the decision to move.
Correct. The integration and the long-term retention is a really huge part of the concierge program and something I'm really excited about. Once they're landed, we provide that warm welcome, but what can we do to really help them throughout their process so that they become long-term residents of Greater Green Bay? One unique aspect of our program is that we focus not only on the individual, but their company partner, which to your point is really critical during the relocation and as people transition to a new community, focusing on the accompanying partner with their career assistance or community support to make sure that the individual and their entire family feel welcome, they're happy, engaged, and hopefully will love living in Greater Green Bay.
We've talked about some strategies long term, right? So we're creating this network of people from outside our area who've moved here, who have relocated, and using that as a strength to say, hey, can you help support other people who are coming here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a long-term goal of the program is to have a group of individuals, a network of people who recently relocated, so that they can support each other through this process and they can share their personal testimonials and experiences to help continue to not only move the program forward, but also our community. An exciting part of the program is thinking long-term, like future state. What does our program look like and how does this evolve into this program where we have that network and we have events and we have just a very natural, organic way for people to continue to connect and to help those who relocate after them.
So it really all starts with once you've identified a family or somebody who's moving here, it's that first initial meeting for you to get to know them and figuring out what their individual needs are. And this program has actually impacted people around the world already.
Right. Yeah, we're working with a family that is from Italy, and they are relocating here in the near future. And it's been really exciting. We've been focusing a lot on school selection, but then once they relocate from Italy, I mean, that's a huge culture shock, not from another country. So how do we help them really acclimate to the Greater Green Bay community?
I mean, I can't imagine a better level of support if me and my family are going to move around the world, to know that there's somebody already there who is concerned about my needs, who knows my family, who's trying to help advocate for me in the place that we're going to go. The value of that service is just tremendous to me personally as the person who's moving. And obviously it's our hope to get the word out about this, and hopefully families or companies take advantage of it, because ultimately the impact that it'll have on the happiness of their employees, it's going to be tremendous, and we've seen that already in many ways.
Yeah, speaking of the family from Italy, we've been working together for the last 4 to 5 months. So I'm really excited to actually meet them in person. Once they're actually in Greater Green Bay, settled, then we can meet in person and we can continue supporting them in the community.
I think that's my favorite part as I look at your job from a distance is this network of just amazing people with creative backgrounds from all over the world, and just your ability to sort of tie all of that together and to form that network, that support system that ultimately is underlying success for our entire community. It's a tremendous responsibility, but it's a service. And really, it's about selling our community. And really, that's easy for you when you feel so passionate about it.
Right. To have the opportunity, having been born and raised in Green Bay, and to have the opportunity to work for the Greater Green Bay Chamber and to really have an impact on our community, the community that has given me so much personally, it's a really great experience.
It's an easy sell when your product is a community that you love. So we talked a little bit about how the services vary. You get to know the family. So what has that been like for you to sort of get to know these families? And have you noticed any trends in terms of here are the people who are coming here and these are the things that they need? What has that been like?
As far as trends, the only trend I see is diversity, because we have seen a handful of individuals. They're all different ages, different races, different backgrounds, beliefs, interests. So what's really exciting about the program is that we get to work with a diverse group of individuals and make sure that every person feels welcome and a sense of belonging in Greater Green Bay.